Joined with the Secret Wine Society today, Robert and Don N. How you feeling, Bill?
I always like it when we have the Secret Wine Society in because, well, they bring light.
We had a question come in on the Chris Dinnell inbox at 1120kpnw at gmail.com. So Michael has a question for you guys. He is wanting to know the forest fire smoke and how it damages the wine crops. What do you guys have to say about that?
Well, so they have a concept called smoke taint. So if the smoke deposits on the outside of the grapes and your vineyard is particularly affected, there are ways to try to remove it with like reverse osmosis, but it can damage the wine. It can actually also improve some wines.
Well, I know that there were a couple of wineries that did special releases after 2020.
It all depends. Like sometimes it actually works with the flavor profile and the smoke adds to it. Now that's risky, but it can happen. But there's ways to try to remove that through like, various chemical processes like reverse osmosis, just clean everything out. But generally smoke taint, if it's very bad, they're not going to tell you how bad it is. Like, I think the last time we had a really bad fire.
That's like saying, hey, you want to spend $40 on crappy wine? This is smoke tainted.
Well, yeah, I mean, the last time it was really bad, they were sending out emails from like one of the groups saying, hey, you know what, we don't want this out there. So it's all going to depend, but they should be honest with people and make sure that, that the stuff's, if they're going to make a wine, some people decided not to make anything, right?
Yeah.
That was the right move in certain cases, but if you can make it work, it's not necessarily a flaw unless it's too much and ruins the wine.
Okay.
So it all depends.
Thanks for the question by off the Chris Dinnell inbox. Okay, so this, you touted this as, oh, you're really going to like this. What are we?
Okay, so this is Zuccardi Tito. So Tito's the name of the blend. Zuccardi is the winery. They're a very famous winery in Argentina. Again, just think, every time you think of Argentina, think altitude. Argentina, altitude. So this is grown at about 300 feet. And what that does is it gives a nice freshness because you get more acidity. The nose is a little bit floral. They're also they're fermenting this. So this is 85% Malbec and 15% Cab Franc co-fermented together. So in concrete, they're fermenting this and they're aging it in concrete. So it's giving it structure, but this is a very dense wine. But
so what is the advantage of fermenting it and aging it in cement? It seems like it would
they'll say micro oxygenation. In other words, it just the oxygen entering into the ferment will be at a different rate, and of course
than it would be in wood.
Correct.
And
plus you're not getting some of the wood. Like if you just put this in brand new oak, you might get all this oak just coming off the nose.
Well, what about the cement? I mean, cement has stuff in it that it seems like it would leach minerals and other things into it that would change the taste.
And that's kind of what they're looking for.
So so you got French oak. Is there do you have like Ukrainian cement or a specific type of cement from Portland that is the fermenting cement?
I think they don't have new cement every year, so they would use the same one.
You're using it over time, right?
Yeah. So same thing about the oak barrel. They don't always use the new oak barrel.
Right.
Some of them would do neutral. Some of them would do like older ones. So there's no much of the oak in there.
Okay.
But you know, so it's a powerful wine without being super oaky. Like you don't get all that oaky butteriness. Like some of these red wines could be overcome by the oak, and it'll ruin them. Actually,
this is a very chatty wine, and by that, there's a lot of different things. There's enough. Again,
I mean, you got blackberry.
Bill, the wine novice, there's so many different things going on with this that it's kind of hard to isolate for me. I'm having a hard time isolating different things in it other than to be able to say, yeah, I drink this.
It's pretty hardcore. This is a wine that'll put hair in your chest, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
definitely
good. It's not a wimpy wine at all. It's got a lot of power, and I like the fact that it's not like oak to death.
Well, and the color of it, when he poured this in the glass, it reminded me of the Concord grape juice that my mom used to make in the kind of the bubbles around the edges of it. I was looking at it, it's like, holy crap, that's purple.
Yeah, I've
That's
almost finished this
hardcore.
glass, and I still can't see through it.
It is
It's
as inky
dense.
as you can possibly get. Even holding it up to the light, you can't really see through it.
And there's a dryness, but it's spread out, right? Like the dryness is there, but it's spread out in a very fine way. Like it's pretty fine grained. I think this wine is beautiful, but powerful at the same time.
Robert,
I
you
wanna
told...
eat-
Sorry, go ahead, Bill.
I was going to say, I want to eat this with a brisket. You were going to say?
You told me to use the spit bottle.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Are
tell me about
you
that.
swallowing or spitting, Gerry?
Right now is swallowing.
Okay.
Well, we recommend, so you learn a
We
lot.
call
I
it
know.
tasting.
To really learn this, you have to taste widely. And probably your liver can't keep up. So,
Your liver can't keep up? Okay.
well, if you taste enough wines, you have to really be careful. You could write a book like the My Liver Can't Take It Guide to Oregon Breweries. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
there's only so much you can do.
You would think the same thing with guys that do scotch.
Yeah,
single
you
malt
can't
scotch.
just drink it all. Like, what's the guy Michael Jackson? Not the singer, but the guy that did the beer. He had the beer books.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way he could drink all those beers that he reviewed. I mean,
Well, imagine, it's like Wine Julia. We had a discussion about this a long time ago because she judges at wine shows. And I'm like, how do you walk out of a wine show if you've been judging hundreds of wines
I've never been able to do it, but
without having just a major buzz on?
Right.
And it's the whole, you gotta spit, and
and even
need
if you
to do
do, like, you're absorbing some. And so what I find, like, some of the tastings will have 150, 180 wines. We usually take a team of people because you can't do it all anyway. You compare notes and then go back and forth. But even then, after a while, you just go outside and refresh and drink tons of water. And usually the food's pretty good at these things.
that is a stellar wine. And like I said, I want that with a brisket.
Right.
All right, now this is the last one. This is not a real pour. This is a dessert wine, so I shouldn't have poured this much for myself, but hey, it happens.
You can give it to me.
Oh, this is interesting. You're looking at it and it has a nice red color and you hold it up to the light and it's actually more of an amber.
Yeah, so this is from Sicily, and it's Feudo Montoni Passito Rosso. So Passito basically means that they are drying the grapes like raisins to give them more
Wow.
concentrated sugar.
Well, that's sweet.
Mhm.
Yes, it is a dessert wine.
Yeah, that's
A dessert wine or a dessert syrup?
It's kind of both. I mean, it's designed to be, that's why the bottle's small, right? You usually see these in like 500 milliliter bottles. But Passito is a word you'll see on Italian wine labels, Passito,
Mm-hmm.
and it basically means that they are drying the grapes to concentrate the sugars and using that as part of the fermentation. But they're definitely like sippers, right? This is what you give people at the end after, and it's kind of fun to watch a table. They'll be rocking it out. Give me the biggest wines you got, and then you end up with a dessert wine. You can kind of see the whole table just on a glide path down as they start to sip the wine. It actually just really gets the conversation going because you're not really drinking anymore, you're sipping now, and it kind of calms everybody down. It's a real phenomenon.
I'd like that with cheesecake, I think.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
so you always pair sweet
Usually
with
I
sweet.
do sweet with
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What you're saying, it was a dessert wine, yeah.
Yeah,
That's,
you're gonna pair sweet with sweet. You
Yeah.
can have this with cheesecake, especially when it's not overly sweet, like a nice slightly sweet, like a Basque cheesecake.
Mm-hmm.
And have it with this. This will be like this. It will basically take the part of the syrup that you might pour on a cheesecake, right?
Mhm.
But yeah, so this is from Sicily, Feudo, Montoni, Passito, Rosso. They also make a Bianco, so they make a white Passito.
Oh, really?
Yes, and it's very good.
Okay. So, I want to go back to the wine the one that we had, the Malbec.
Mm-hmm.
What is that like a bottle? I would have to say that
That's
man,
probably around 40 to 50, somewhere in there.
that's probably
Yeah.
hits my sweet spot as the favorite one. Although I love that Syrah. The Pinot.
Well, so I'm gonna have to. So there are some crazy Pinots out there that you'll love. The problem is, the best ones, in my humble opinion, are gonna be from Burgundy. But then you start to pay Burgundy prices.
Yeah.
But I will bring one in, and you will see the difference right away. And the difference will be in the nose. It'll be this very seductive, crazy nose.
Okay. Well, if it beats the Amphora Pinot from up north of here,
Oh, is that Beckham?
yeah.
Oh, that's
If-
actually very good.
If you can beat that,
Well, it's
you've
not about
accomplished
beating
something,
it.
'cause-
It'll be a different animal.
okay.
But
all right, I understand.
a lot of times with it's about the nose.
Robert and Don from the Secret Wine Society from Oakland. What are your hours this weekend?
So this weekend we are open from noon to 10 Friday, Saturday, and 12 to 5 Sunday.
All right. Thanks for coming in this morning. Don't forget, check them out. Join the Secret Wine Society Secret Wine Club. You're going to get.
There's a
everything
few
cool
spots
stuff.
left, and we filter out all the dogs for you, so we
There
make
you
it
go.
easier.
All right. Thanks for coming in. And Gary,
Should we
we
make
come in
it?
on Monday?
I'll be back on Monday.
Hey,
All
I
right.
like this guy. He's getting this wine thing really fast, so
All
this
right.
is good for us.
We're out.
Have a
good
great weekend.